Well, let's talk about the PlayStation 5 Pro because they just officially revealed it, and yeah, it's not great, but let's discuss. Hi, I'm DreamcastGuy, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So, it's real. I just decided to do a live stream of the event of Mark Cerny explaining the difference between the current PlayStation 5 and this upgraded PlayStation 5 Pro. And to say I'm underwhelmed would be a drastic understatement. I think the PlayStation 5 is doing fine. I know a lot of people like to hate on the PlayStation 5 because it doesn't have enough games. A lot of people are straight up saying, okay, so Sony isn't even doing that much, and yet they're doing a mid-gen refresh. It just doesn't seem right. People saying, why are they releasing this? It's just something that people have to justify to themselves. I mean, Sony tried to sell a game no one wanted. Now they're selling a PlayStation 5 Pro that nobody wants. When I saw a lot of that, I initially kind of disagreed because I do like my PlayStation 5. I'm playing Astrobot. I'm doing some secret reviews right now of upcoming PlayStation 5 games, but this side-by-side comparison, they said this is more than just a standard graphics bump or improved amount of frame rate. Mark Cerny explained that the Pro has a 3-point plan inside of it: larger GPU, advanced ray tracing, and AI-driven upscaling, essentially meaning that it's able to just make games where you're often having to choose between performance mode, which gives you better frame rates, and ray tracing mode, which gives you a lot better graphics. They said the point of this is to do both. And I think that in some ways they have achieved that. This does look a little bit better, but even after watching that stream in 4K and actually pretty much counting pixels with my own old man eyes, this does not seem like that big of a leap. And additionally, this is the biggest deal breaker. $700. $700. And this looks like a digital edition. I don't even see a disc drive, which means there might be an $800 physical edition. Now, I'm reacting to this right after it came out. Maybe they're going to actually announce some sort of cheaper version. Maybe this does come with a disc drive and the camera angle's just funky. But it does seem like this is $700 for a digital PS5 that, while it does look better, it looks like it looks maybe 10% better. Now, some of the games they initially teased were things like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth getting a graphical boost, which is a game I like a lot. And that game definitely had some performance issues, so I'm happy they did it. But I must admit, I am conflicted because I review a lot of hardware. I specifically love to review a lot of PlayStation hardware. I did reviews of the PlayStation 5 Slim. I did reviews of the PlayStation Portal. I even reviewed the $200 PlayStation 5 controller they released. So I want to get this to make some content with it, but I almost kind of don't want to. The same way I skipped the PlayStation VR 2 because that was like $550 and just didn't seem worth it. $700. I mean, more than anything else, I'm kind of just stuck on that price. I mean, what are the replies? Sheesh. Yeah. Skip it. I mean, yeah, I laughed out loud. Hold on. I want to click Wario64 here and actually see if we're getting any sort of updated PS5. God, it's just so expensive. Disk drive for the PS5 Pro is $80. God. The PS5 Pro is a diskless console, includes a 2 terabyte hard drive. Pre-orders begin on September 26th from PlayStation Direct and retailers. So I guess I have 16 days to think about it, but I mean, I feel like I am the target demographic. Now, what I mean by that is I am a hardcore gamer that plays like 80 games a year. I'm constantly beating stuff and making content, and it's not only my job, it's my passion. Literally every single day, I'm buying stuff and playing stuff, even freaking Balatro and Vampire Survivors and just a trillion things from indie to mainstream. I care about this industry and I love buying crap to look as good as possible. And let's face it, I play a lot on my PS5. I am essentially the target demographic of this, and I just can't possibly care about it. Like, I am the person that I feel like should be excited to buy this. I mean, theoretically, like, wow, it's more graphics for the PS5. The fact that it's discless, I mean, I'm almost having just a crisis here because Sony has been handing out L's. I've been reporting on this, like Concord costing them like $150 million and just utterly bombing and then doing mass refunds for it. And now this, I just don't know what Sony thinks. Like, there have been studies that there is a luxury gamer ecosystem. There are people that have enough liquid income that if they're buying something, they want to have the best possible version of it. If you're buying an Xbox, you get the Xbox Series X. You're buying a controller, you want to get the most elite pro, crazy, programmable triggers, super weirdo, like ultimate crazy controller. I know those people exist, but I feel like catering to that demographic, trying to make a console, God, this would be $800. $800 if you buy this and the disc drive. I feel like Sony should have said something else. I feel like they should have said, oh, and we're doing a state of play coming up next week. You're going to show a bunch of games that are running on the PlayStation 5. Do more to hype the Pro. This was a 9-minute presentation, so I didn't expect tons of like side-by-side analysis or crazy deep dives, but Sony, what was the plan? Maybe I'm just a boomer, but $700 seems so ridiculously expensive. Like, I can afford it, but like, as a person that has a PlayStation 5, when I went from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 4 Pro, there was a noticeable change in performance. I'm almost thinking that when I get the PlayStation 5 to the PlayStation 5 Pro, will I even notice a difference? I've got a pretty big 4K TV that's in very good new condition and stuff like that, but even then, am I really going to be that wowed over the current, already good graphics of the PlayStation 5? I don't know who this is for. I am shocked, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Maybe I'll still pre-order this, but as it currently stands, I'm more confused than excited. I can honestly say I don't think I'm excited at all. I mean, I feel like I have almost negative excitement. I feel like the excitement that I did feel has been sucked out of my slutty eyes. But what do you guys think about this? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and please keep dreaming. And thanks to everybody that tuned into my live stream. I think it was one of my biggest live streams ever. It's almost 2,000 concurrent viewers. It was insano. And a lot of super chats. I kept saying, feel free to super chat to help pay for my PS5 Pro. And a lot of people super chatted, but I don't think anybody expected it to be this much. God, Sony L. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.